Hey guys, welcome to the Balance Spotlight Series 7. Excited to be here with the founder Ken of CryptoSwarm AI. Ken, do you want to tell us more about the team behind CryptoSwarm and some of their
Yep,
backgrounds?
absolutely. So we're a group of people. We're two different companies that combined our resources to make the project CryptoSwarm AI. I'm the CEO of Genius Collective, and we partnered up with Unanimous AI, and they provide the software that is behind the project, which is the crypto. It's a Swarm AI that they've been in business for 7 years, and we partnered up with them, and we have a team of about 20 people. We have the biggest person, and the founder of our company is Louis Rosenberg, and he was actually the inventor of haptic sensing, and he sold his original company to BlackRock. So he kind of has these were very well funded, and it's more of a passion project for pretty much everyone involved. There's
Hell
about
yeah,
30 of us.
that sounds awesome. And so, like, I noticed on your, because we're looking through your website, of course. Could you tell us a little bit more about your mint that you have coming up, like some of the mint details and stuff like
Yeah,
that? Supply.
absolutely. Absolutely. That's a great question. We're minting on Friday. We're doing our soft mint, this is our soft mint. So it's 300 NFTs. And then eventually in about 6 to 9 months, we're going to do the rest of it, which is another 1,000. This is to be able to, with our project, we kind of have a chicken before the egg or egg before the chicken kind of conundrum with our project, because we have to produce data. And when we produce data from the crypto space, we'll be able to show people how accurate we are in the crypto space, even though we have 20 plus case studies, including ones from Stanford. Uh, we have from Stanford, we have them from MIT and other universities, as well as companies showing our accuracy. But we need to have people show, like crypto people, doing their swarms to show the accuracy to this audience. That's what we're doing. So we're doing 300 NFTs, and then we're doing actually a BOGO kind of thing where we're going to give every single person that buys one of the original 300 NFTs an additional NFT when we do our full mint that they can sell on the open market. And we also, in our project, we also pay people to do the swarms on a weekly basis as well, to help them recoup their costs. But that's our mint, and that's going off on Friday, and we're whitelisting now.
Gotcha. Awesome. So it's kind of, are they kind of like study sessions? The swarms that you're
No,
mentioning?
no. A swarm is a swarm is so that's a great question. However, it's not a study session. So what it is a birds and bees and fish swarm, and it's not a poll, and it's not a survey. They actually work together and come to a democratic consensus. So we actually allow people to be able to uh, come to a democratic consensus and act like a swarm. And we think that, in the future, a million years from now, we'll probably evolve into the ability to swarm. But right now, we can give you the ability to swarm, like with technology.
Gotcha. And so swarm, of course, is referring to, as it was, I saw before in your video, bees, the way that bees choose a home.
Yeah, swarms, exactly.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay.
Yes. So bees, if one bee is not very intelligent, but when they work together, they actually can pick a new hive, and it has something like there's like 100 different variables that they have to match, and they have to match them perfectly for them to pick the new hive. And they do that together in like a 20-mile radius, because they swarm and work together.
Gotcha.
So,
Okay. That's awesome.
so
I
we
love that
what we like to
concept.
say is we accentuate intelligence.
Okay. So, that's so cool. No, so what's your inspiration behind that?
Okay, so that is not my inspiration. That would be Louis Rosenberg's inspiration, and it was bees. He
It was
was,
the bees. Okay.
yeah, it was the bees. Was his first inspiration, but he's also the person that created haptic sensing. So this is one of his later on projects. So he's his current project, but he's done a bunch of different. He writes a lot of stuff. He's teacher at Stanford. and so you can actually look him up. He wasn't available for this today. I'm sorry.
No worries at all. We could always do a follow-up if he has time. I'm sure he's a really busy guy as well. Yeah, so I mean, can you tell us a little bit more about your AI? I was looking a little bit into it, and you guys posted some of your recent wins and stuff like that. I'd love to hear more about it if you could.
Okay. All right. So that's another good question. So with AI, we use AI, but we only use AI to correlate the human intelligence. So we don't have any live AI. However, over time, AI helps us make better predictions. So I'll give you an example on how we do these. So we've been challenged quite a few times, and this one time we got challenged in 2017 by CBS, and CBS asked us to predict who would win the Kentucky Derby, but they didn't just ask for first place. They asked for first, second, third, and fourth place. And what we did is we do swarm. We did a swarm. So we got 20 people that were horse fans, not horse specialists, and had them do swarms. And we narrowed down the answers that we had. We gave those answers to the journalist, and she actually went to the to Kentucky Derby and put a bet down, and we knocked it out of the park. We got first, second, third, and fourth place right. Now,
wow.
The way that we know that swarm works is if you ask the 20 people separately, one of them got first, a couple of them got third, and I think one person got second. But not more than one person got the first right. So, but when they worked together, they got first, second, third, and fourth place.
Gotcha. So it's about bringing so many different ideas together.
Yeah, it's about funneling information into one answer. So it's like taking information and sentiment and research and funneling it into one answer or one consensus.
Gotcha. That's so awesome. I love that concept.
I mean, we have a TED Talk. We also currently work with the United Nations. We help the United Nations predict where the next famine will occur. We work with the United States Navy, and we just got a contract with the United States Air Force.
Wow, dude, that's awesome. And again, I'm sorry. How long have you guys been around for?
7 years.
Jeez. Yeah, that's incredible.
We work with Fortune 500 companies, hedge funds. We work with Deloitte. We work with Boeing. We work with CNN, CBS. We work with the Kentucky Derby now. We also we do this with sport betting. So we actually have a sport betting product that we do a membership on a monthly basis. And last year we predicted football at 60 to 65% against the spread.
Wow. That's awesome.
And you think about gambling, like betting,
that's huge.
That's really, really good.
Yep. Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm really big into. Well, I recently got into. I do my DraftKings and stuff. I'm no pro, but I definitely find it so interesting. Wow, dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, we actually picked a 14-game parlay just a little while ago for soccer in Europe.
Wow, you got it all correct.
Yep.
Wow. Oh, that's awesome. So I guess that kind of so why Web3? I guess I'd ask why the NFT route?
What a great question. Absolutely great question. Okay, the reason Web3 and NFTs is because in the 7 years we've actually tried to make a hive mind before, like a big hive mind, right? And we've been working on small scale, but we tried once with a big hive mind where we gave it away for free. Now, as you know, when you give away something for free, what's the value of it? Free. It doesn't really work for you because if you've ever been to a poker game that was free online, you'll see whatever happens. Everybody goes all in on the first, hand, like because they don't care. So the reason we have it is because people are buying into the project. They're going to be more apt to be involved in the project and do the performance and perform in the survey, not the surveys, but the swarms to make accurate decisions.
Gotcha. Okay. So yeah, so it's like exactly. It's like you get what you pay for in a sense.
We
like
need
we need
people to buy in. Yeah, we need people to buy in because we want accurate information.
Gotcha. You can't just have some straight like random people coming around and putting their 2 cents in, or when they have nothing really on the line.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Absolutely. That's exactly why we did it. And I think it's one of the best reasons to have a Web3 project, because we need it. Like this didn't work before, and now it will work because we have the ability to have people buy in and have ownership of it.
So are there certain Web3 assets that you guys will be focusing on to start? And
Yep.
and will more be added over time? How does that work?
Oh, absolutely. So this is our roadmap is pretty simple. We actually are going to focus first on crypto, which we'll do Bitcoin, Ethereum, Binance Coin, like the top 10 coins. We'll be working on focusing on that at first. Then we'll start adding some NFTs, and then also some more like smaller coins. Coins that like not the regular coins, because we'll also be looking for the initial coin offerings that are a really good return for people. Then we'll also add some metaverse things into it. That's for cryptos. That's crypto, right? So that's our first mint. Our second mint is going to be stock market. We're going to do 5,000 for stock market. But the cool thing about that is, with the 300 and the 1,000, we're actually going to give everybody the data from the in the future mints. So we're going to be bringing up the value of the original mints as we go along. So we'll be funneling the data. So
Gotcha.
if you have one of these original 300, you're going to have all the releases in the future. So when we do a
Okay.
currency one, you'll still have that data, and then you won't have to be in those swarms, but you'll get that data. So it'll get funneled to you.
So it's like the Genesis almost. It's like the the master NFT of the
Exactly.
entire.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
absolutely is the Genesis collection. But however, as like with other all these projects out there, we are working on revenue streams like that are outside of making new collections, because as we know that's not a sustainable a thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to we've kind of thrown a couple ideas around. One, maybe making a fund, maybe making an index fund. But one of the ones that seems like we're probably going to do, I can't just guarantee it, but marketing the information, like partial information, to the Web2 space, where they pay like a monthly fee and then have access to some of the information.
Yep. Like a
Oh, and we
subscription base.
also are going to give prizes away for accuracy. So on a weekly basis, we're going to keep track of everybody's accuracy. And then if you're above the 50 percentile, then you'll get rewarded in ETH for being in the above the accuracy. And that could grow as we go along, because we have a lot of people that are like current clients are already interested in this, because if we have 1,000 to 10,000 people that are in a hive mind, it'll essentially become the best polling option there is out there, because we can bounce their data that they're doing off of small teams. We can bounce it off a bigger example of data.
Gotcha. So will this technically be considered like a DAO almost?
No,
No. Okay.
It's strictly a utility.
Okay. Gotcha.
Very strictly utility. We're actually making sure that we are a non-fungible token, to the point where every single token is separate and different by internally in the code, to be ahead of the regulations.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool. Yep. That was the other question I had about regulations, but there you go. That's awesome that you're thinking ahead.
Yeah, we're already thinking about other ways to have revenue streams, because we already have the ability to do swarms in the virtual world, quote unquote, the metaverse. But we only have it in one virtual world currently, and then we'll probably start adding that to other virtual worlds. There's so much we can do in the future with this. Like if we have a 10,000 strong hive mind, we can actually have at that point correlated intelligence, and add any any like mint that we wanted to it. Like if we want to do something about oceanography, we'll figure out how many people in our 10,000 people know stuff about oceanography or politics, or really the sky's the limit at that point.
That's
Gotcha.
awesome.
Yeah.
Can you go more into depth with your roadmap here? So I'm on your website at the moment, and I see phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. Are there any major differences between the releases between each phase? And then like, do you guys have like an expected timeline between them?
Within the year, we're probably going to get to phase 3.
Wow. Okay, that's fast. Cool.
Yeah, because once we have people, we can get more people. Because it all comes down to once we start producing data. I think we're going to create a huge thing of FOMO because people are going to see that the data, we're going to post the data a couple days later, and then they can see that what they missed out on. And I don't think we'll have a problem getting people signed up. It's just like I said before, the chicken before the egg kind of thing. Getting people to believe it in this space is going to take crypto data to make them really believers.
Absolutely. Yep. So we touched on a little bit on regulations that are upcoming in the foreseeable future. How do you see the NFT and the crypto landscape overall shifting over the next, say, like, I don't know, 3 to 5 years or so?
Well, I think the regulations are already there. I think they're just going to make a point of saying, all right, we're going to enforce these in the crypto space. I don't think they're going to get that fancy. The government will, if you look at the history of the government, the government kind of does it a certain way. And keep this in mind, this is my Ken Kimball's opinion, not the opinion of CryptoSwarm AI.
Sure, absolutely.
This is, I would say, the government does a certain thing called, I refer to it as tent poles, and they kind of go after the tent poles, and they figure out where the most money is being transacted and go after those people, because not only do they want to protect the consumer, they also want to figure out how they can make money off of it too, in fines. So it's not just like the government's not an altruistic entity. I mean, yes, they're trying to protect people, but they're also, regulations are made to pay. You know, they're bills that are made to pay. So they want their piece as well, not just taxes, but they want to actually be able to get fines out of it for government, I guess.
Yeah, it's just a very fitting answer there, because especially what we saw today with Bay C being Bored Ape Yacht Club being investigated by the SEC, which was pretty big news that came out this earlier today.
Yeah, they're a security.
Yep.
There's no.
So they're gonna have a hard time with especially with the other side sale. I think I think they could really bite them in the ass.
I think they have some serious problems because they're not going to pass the Howey test.
Yeah. Oh, it fails terribly.
It fails. Think about it fails every way.
Yep.
They actually started off at 0, which fails the Howey test. They have a lot of problems there. I wouldn't want to be their lawyer. No, well, I don't see them passing that test. I mean, I study it, and I actually studied it today because I was in a space, and I got in a disagreement with someone about actually talking about XRP and Ripple, and they're saying, well, Ripple's not a security, and I was like, well, it kind of can be. It can be determined. You know, the SEC isn't just doing it for the fun of it. I think they have some idea, like they have some ground. And he's like, well, Nike could be considered a security. I was like, and at that point, I went to something I have found is the best way to deal with the people like that. I was like, okay, I am not going to prove you wrong. I would make it it's more apt for me to have you prove me. Like, I'm not going to have to prove myself right. You need to prove yourself right, because I don't have to go outside and go, the sky is blue, and prove it to you. So let me hear why Nike is a security. And he just stopped talking.
It's incredible. Well, Ken, it was great having you. Is there any last things you want to share for everyone that's listening today about you guys?
I'd say a couple things. One,
Shoot.
people have this idea that AI is smarter than human intelligence. I would say that that is patently wrong, because we actually have sentiment, and we have emotion, and we have intellect, and we can research things and have opinions more like that AI doesn't have. And one of the things is a proof of that is we actually did a contest, which I said before, we got challenged to contests all the time. A company out of Australia challenged us. I'm not sure if it's Australia, but a company challenged us that their AI and their machine language actually reads X-rays to see if there's pneumonia in them, and that's what they do. That's what the AI does. It does it day in, day out. Every second they do thousands of X-rays, and they're way more accurate than people. So that's what they sell themselves as that service. Well, one of some news outlet challenged us to take them on in a contest. So we got 7 people that read X-rays, radiologists and a doctor, and we had a contest with them, and we beat them by 30%.
Wow, nice.
And so not only do we know nothing about doing anything about X-rays, but we actually that's all they do, and we do tons of stuff, and we can actually be used in any situation because of that. So anytime a decision is made or a prediction has to be done, we can do it. And I mean, if and our we have a TED talk, you could actually go and watch that. But you can also see we have in our Discord, we have in our website, we also have 20 case studies, and we instead of having a white paper, we have 20 plus case studies, including some from MIT and Stanford, and one is just predicting volatile financial instruments is one of the essays. So not essay, but a case study. So I think people can, I just think do your own research. At the same time, do your own research and then share it with 1,000 other people, and share their research, and then come to a consensus that way. That's what we're all about. And CryptoSwarm is going. The world is going to be taken by Swarm.
I love that.
Absolutely love it. That's great. Well, Ken, thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate it. Have a great day.
Hey, thanks, man. It was great.
Yeah.